Today, understand the mind through which germination operates, the active mind, the focused mind, and understand precisely what it means for germination when the focused mind is operating and what happens when it is not. This is the 7-minute daily focus. Day 135 of 365. To focus on the world within from the world without. Today's focus, the law of germination, the focused mind and germination. Pause for a moment. 8 days in, recognition has been understood. The seed identified, the ground selected, the germination directed. Today, understand the mind through which germination operates, the active mind, the focused mind, and understand precisely what it means for germination when the focused mind is operating and what happens when it is not. Pause. The focused mind is the active mind, the mind that receives from the first sense. The first sense perceives what is actual within, the seed, the metaphysical reality, already complete. And when the mind receives from the first sense, it generates thoughts from within, seeds that are metaphysically fruitful. The germination operates through this mind, through this reception, through this direction of thinking upon the seed from within. This is the only mind through which genuine germination occurs, not from effort, from the correct instrument, the first sense, the focused mind, the active mind. Pause. Focus is the practice of the focused mind, and focus is simply focus. It does not change in nature whether it is practiced first thing in the morning, last thing at night, or at any other point during the day. The same act, the same instrument, the same reception from the first sense, the same direction of thinking upon the seed from within. Focus is focus, and wherever it is practiced, germination proceeds. Pause for a moment. The recommendation is this: practice focus first thing in the morning, before anything else, before the 5 senses have begun their report of the physical world, before conditions have spoken, before the passive mind has had the opportunity to receive from without. First thing in the morning, the focused mind opens. First sense perceives what is within, and the germination of the seed begins from the correct ground. This is the most powerful single act of the thinker's day. Thought is within, effect is without, and thinking stands between. Pause for a moment. The second recommended practice is last thing at night. Before the day closes, before rest, return to focus. The focused mind receives from the first sense once more. The seed is held before thinking. Germination continues through the night from this orientation. 2 practices, morning and night, the seed held at the beginning of the day and at the close, and what is held with this consistency develops with this consistency. Pause. If the thinker can practice focus only once in a given day, let it always be first thing in the morning, before thinking about anything else, before the 5 senses set the agenda. This is not because the morning is special in itself. It is because the morning is before conditions have spoken, before the passive mind has been drawn toward what is without. The thinker who practices focus first establishes the correct instrument from the start, and what is established first governs the day. Pause for a moment. Now understand what happens when focus is absent, when the focused mind is not operating. The passive mind receives from the 5 senses. The 5 senses report conditions. The mind receives from without. Seeds from without are being produced, not metaphysically fruitful, and germination of the seed from within pauses, not permanently, not irreversibly. The development reached remains exactly where it was, but the germination does not advance while the passive mind is directing, because germination requires the first sense. It requires the focused mind. And when the passive mind has taken over, that instrument is not operating, not doubtfulness, not struggle, not force. You are not pushing the seed, not pressure. You are not trying to make it happen, but steadfastness, focused. Remain aligned with what is within. Do not be moved by what is physically seen, because what is physically seen is always secondary to what is unfolding. Pause. The return to focus at any point in the day restores germination. Immediately, the focused mind opens. First sense perceives the seed, thinking is directed from within, and germination resumes from exactly where development reached, not from the beginning, from where it was. This is the power of the focused mind. It is always available. The return to it is always possible, and every return is focus practiced, and every practice of focus advances the germination. Now, the affirmation for day 135. Pause for a moment. I operate from the focused mind, the active mind that receives from the first sense. Focus is my practice, first thing in the morning, before anything else. Before the five senses have spoken, before conditions have set the agenda. I open the focused mind. I receive from the first sense. I direct thinking upon the seed from within. Last thing at night, I return. The seed is held before thinking once more. Focus is focus, the same act, the same instrument, the same genuine germination. And because the focused mind is operating, the seed develops. And because the seed develops, it unfolds. And what unfolds must physically express, remember, by design, by focus.